with a chance to take the lead. Kaepernick, end zone, Crabtree, broken up, picked off. This game is over.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 12 Minutes of Your Time. I am Mike Bailey. This is Ryan Bailey, and we're here to review the Week 2 win of the Seahawks 37-31 score over the Lions. In overtime, Seahawks did have to give up 10 points for the Lions to tie it, but luckily we pulled it out in overtime. But a huge win. As usual, this is 12 minutes, so we're going to get going right now. All right. First off, Ryan, we want to talk about our O-line play. Both our starting right tackles were out. Our center ended up going out. So they really played very, very well and much better, up to our hopes, basically. We did not think they were going to play this well.
Yeah, I love what our line is doing. Ranked top 4 right now in pass blocking. Forsyth, he came in, played phenomenal, top grades out there. I think it really starts though with Gino and the center, right? Them making sure everyone's ready, knows where they're blocking. I mean, Evan Brown is playing as a top 10 center in this league right now. Gino was phenomenal getting the ball out, making quick passes, being accurate on time, moving around the pocket. But the O-line held up, dude. They did not give up. They gave up one pressure, one sack, I think, and that sack, if it shouldn't be on them. But they played phenomenal, and we're also able to run the ball really well. We didn't run the ball great last week, but the first week we were running the ball great. I think it's just depending on what teams are wanting to stop on us. They want to stop that run, then fine, we can throw all day on you. You want to try to stop our pass, then fine, we'll run all day on you.
Yeah, and that's a great balance to have. And that also involves our tight ends, which really played very well as well. They chipped a lot, and they caught all their targets except one. They were involved like we wanted them to be the previous week.
Yeah, I like that. I like that we consider our tight ends like one player, right? Like it's like we got 3 tight ends, but that's considered like one player. It's like they had like 10 catches for 133 yards. It's like, yeah, I like that they put it out that way because they're a unit as a group, right? They're interchangeable. They're sneaky. They're going to come out. They're going to be able to block the hell out of you and then also have soft hands to catch that football. And Will Dissly right now, phenomenal, which we've always known. We've always loved Will Dissly. He just gets hurt. So seeing Colby out there and Noah Fant out there as well, it's phenomenal that everyone's just kind of being plugged and played and they're doing their job.
Yeah, they're all very big. They can block. They can catch. We like that. And you're right. It is a group. It is an interesting thing in a sense of we're not just relying on Kelsey. If we had like a Kelsey, everyone would love that Kelsey, but that's not the realization of in the NFL. Not everyone gets a Kelsey. I'd say Colby is probably the nicest surprise because we know Dissly and he was out 2 years. And we see him, and he came from I don't know where Montana, and Colby came from Stanford, but he was not a high draft pick by any means. I think it was a 5th or 6th or 7th. But Fant, first round pick. It's just nice to have them all. They seem to all root for each other. It's nobody's egos getting out of the way there. And once again, we kind of thought we would need them to help our O-line in this sense with our 2 tackles up, and they did. I saw a lot of chipping and whatnot. And we use a lot of tight end sets. It's great. I love it. I love that they're involved. Charbonnet had 4 carries, but they looked pretty good. He looked he was going forward. He wasn't bouncing around or getting tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And in a sense, everyone played better. Everyone seemed to have much more of a tempo.
Yeah.
And Gino was pretty much lights out for the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The tempo thing is amazing, and I love that you said that because there was a big difference, right? They were prepared. They were prepared to go into a dogfight and pull out a win, right? Where I think the last game they got into a dogfight and they weren't prepared for a dogfight, and they got everything just kind of fell out of hand for them. But that happens. The great teams lose all the time. I'm not saying we're a great team, but great teams get beat up all the time. It happens. I think I've seen the Patriots get beat up when they were in their dynasty modes, and it was like, what is going on with the Patriots? They're done, and then they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're that team, but Gino can be accurate 75% of the time. Like, who's stopping a quarterback that's 75% accurate? Now, I think this game would have been a bigger blowout if we could just stop the pass from Jared Goff, but our defense doesn't do that. So, and I'm glad to see that Geno didn't weather the storm, and glad he weathered the storm and didn't panic and went down there and scored that touchdown.
It was a dogfight. They were throwing blows. We were throwing blows. Everyone knew it. DK came out strong right off the bat. He did get banged up, but Lockett really came through for us. Had a great two touchdowns. Obviously, the game winner. His presence is great. JSN did pretty well. He played well. Overall, once again, the offense elevated themselves compared to week one, and unfortunately, our defense kind of just stayed the same. What about the defense did you like, Ryan, before we get into the negatives?
I mean, the turnovers are the difference makers here, right? We win that turnover battle, we're going to win the game mainly, right? And so I think we had 3 turnovers, and pick 6, that's game changers. Fumbles, getting those fumble recoveries and good field position, like those are amazing. Stopping scores because of turnovers, like those things, they changed the way the game is either won or lost, and that's what the difference was in this game and last game. But we did play against a weaker quarterback, so some of those mistakes were going to be there. But getting those fumbles, though, that's different. That's just wanting to beat somebody up, and that's nice to see.
Off the top of your head, do you know how many times they went for it on fourth and we stopped them? I know they made a few, but
I don't know off the top of my head.
We definitely stopped them on fourth down at least once, right?
Yeah, we definitely did at one point. And, we had a big third down on offense that got called back, which, was called offensive pass interference. But whatever. I mean, those things do happen from time to time. Mm-hmm.
I guess my point I was trying to get to is how many points do you think we scored off of their turnovers?
So we stopped them twice. We stopped them twice on fourth down. That's for sure. Yeah, we did. We stopped them twice on fourth down. I just looked that up. So then how many points did we get off the turnovers? Well, we got the pick 6, right? And then one of the fumbles was down there at the end of half. So that was just to stop a score. But that's, if you want to consider that could have been a touchdown easily because we weren't stopping them. So I wouldn't have. I just feel like that would have been what I feel like that would have been a touchdown. But then when we got the fumble, we went down and immediately scored a touchdown. So
good. That's 14 points. That's huge.
Yeah. Plus,
I don't know what we got off on their fourth down stops, but either way, yeah.
That second half, to start the second half, getting a fumble is amazing. Like we're talking about going, and I think we scored in like 2 plays. We scored. It did. We scored very quickly off that. Yeah, very quickly, and it was just hello. We came to play in the second half. Second half.
It was 2 plays. One was to Colby, and then they ran it in, I believe.
So nice, Kenneth Walker running things in. I love it.
Yeah. So that's huge because we talked about that in week 1 about not getting points off that turnover, and we'll talk about Myers missing field goals. So overall, those turnovers are huge. Pete preaches that all the time. We want the ball. That includes defense getting the ball back to our offense. However, Trey Brown and Witherspoon did give up some big plays. Even though Brown made some good plays, Witherspoon had some good plays, they gave up some very big plays. That's very frustrating. Witherspoon got beat on a double move on the flea flicker, I believe.
Yeah, he did. He got beat bad, dude. He got beat bad on a double move. And, I know it's his first game and everything like that, but the expectations are super high for him. And we come from having phenomenal DBs, right? We've had phenomenal safeties. We've had phenomenal corners. And they're when we think about Seahawks football with Pete Carroll, we think about those guys, right? Those are our guys. And to see this team come out and be probably the worst DB team we've ever had. I mean, Quandre's not playing well. Julian Love is not good at all. Kobe Bryant, I mean, he's doing some good stuff on like rush. He can tackle well and stuff like that, but he's getting beat all over the field. Tariq is the highlight, right? We all know Tariq's still good. And then Trey Brown's getting beat on big plays, and Witherspoon he had a nice block. He got, I think he got us off the field on one of those fourth downs.
Mm-hmm.
But he got beat multiple times.
No, you're right. And their teams have already decided they're not going to throw to Woolen on the left side. Detroit did, but I think maybe there was one conversion he gave up. But
that was
besides that, and that's kind of the point. Trey Brown and Witherspoon and Kobe and Love, they're going to get balls thrown to them, and they need to step it up. And they should know that the plays are coming to them.
I mean, you watch the 49ers, right? You watch the 49ers from last game, right? And you see their defense. They are jumping routes. Like, they are going at people. They know that the quarterback's trying to get that ball out, and they're going to go get it. Now, Pete's defense is more of like, don't give up the big play, don't give up the big play. And so they don't jump any routes. They're not doing any of that. The Trey Brown interception was really just thrown at him. It was just a bad. I don't know who it was. Like, I don't know if it was a bad pass or the receiver was supposed to slow down. I don't really know what was going on there.
No, it was a bad pass. It was it was
behind him
doing a whatever you want to call it. He goes to his left and then cuts back into his right. And he was thrown blatantly behind him, and luckily Trey Brown was just there.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of how you see this defense getting attacked right now. Like, they're just if they see Trey Brown out there, they see Kobe Bryant out there, they're gonna hit it. They're gonna go for them, right? You see Treek's down out there, then fine. They're gonna not go to Treek all game, and then until they think that Treek is not paying attention, then they're gonna go to him. Like they did with Sherman. We saw how this was with Sherman.
Of course, yes. We got 1 minute left. Real quickly to wrap up the D. Maybe we're not jumping routes because of our pass rush. Maybe there's something else that's involved where the Niners trust their pass rush more and they're allowing their DBs, who knows. But very quickly, we're going to jump to special teams, but really there's only one person we want to talk about. Is Jason Myers. He's missing field goals in multiple weeks, and the ones he misses, they look ugly.
And he went 1 of 3. Like, he missed 2 field goals again. For me, fantasy wise, I dropped. You can't hold on to that guy.
No, yeah.
And I saw on Twitter, somebody said that he did not finish the year strong, and now he's starting off the year bad.
Yeah.
And I know Pete's a positive guy. He'll try to fix it and turn this around, but eventually, if he doesn't, then he's costing us points on the board. He's costing us field position. Like, a lot of things he's costing us, and it's not fun to watch. And I need him to do that.
Yeah, no, 100% right. And you end up being a liability. So, but thank God we came out with the win. I guess one little thing to add is that overtime drive was great. We went out, we scored a touchdown. Just like the opening drive of the game, we came out and scored a touchdown. And that's really big for us. We need to do that. We cannot be playing catch up, and we need to have confidence in our offense in OT to just go down and score. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's 12 minutes of your time. We're going to be previewing week 3, Carolina at Seattle very soon. We're excited. We should go beat them up, right, Ryan? Yeah, we need to beat them up. We can't go backwards and get a loss here. It'll be devastating to our team and our season. 100%. All right, thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking Go Hawks.
Go Hawks, baby. Woo!